Feature Friday.
The freshest. Can you hear that song?
Yeah.
What?
We do have a couple more. This is a complete first time,
Okay.
and the name of the song is actually called Cinta, or Cinta. The name of the singer is Marsha Milan.
Oh, this is kind of newish.
And it's on the TV thing that
TV shows.
I think that's where we saw Aina Abdul for the first time.
Correct.
And also City, where she performs. It sounded like a James Bond type of song. Do you remember that
yeah,
performance?
we checked out actually how we got introduced to a lot of the names that we know now.
It's for this.
It must have been from this TV show, this show on television.
If not, it was a show like this.
Yeah, I think it's the same though.
Okay.
But the recent version.
8 months ago.
Yeah.
Has like 9 million views.
Ay.
That's huge for a live performance. Wow, that's live as well.
Cinta. Look at that dress.
Turn it up.
Ay. I think I've seen rehearsal footage of this.
Yeah, she's trying to find so much grounding, right?
It's kind of, and if you listen to the equalization, it's actually quite off-putting because it has delay, but it doesn't have enough reverb to carry the delay through. So it dies. It's quite dry. It dies quite quickly.
She's listening to a very, and also I can't imagine what the fuck she's listening here in ears.
It's so far forward. Yeah. So the music is kind of like
she's
taking
wearing
a back
ears,
step.
right?
Yeah, she is. But the equalization is actually quite tricky.
Yeah.
And for a song that starts at a lower part of your range that demands so much concentration from you,
you'd have to be so settled, but there's no time to settle
daunting.
here because the beginning is like that.
Ugh.
And you're like standing raw, basically naked on stage.
Basically,
I don't mean it physically. I mean it feels like that.
It's such an exposing piece, yeah.
And I don't know if this is like a singing show, but maybe it's just like a performance, like a show where there is music.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely it doesn't seem to be like a contest.
Oh, you don't know? I don't think so.
It doesn't seem to be.
Who knows? You hear how there's delay, but not enough reverb. My God, the freaking wind.
What is that? Fatigue?
What? No, bro, you're hearing her in the brink of her, the edge of her mixed texture. So she's in that break. That's what I talk about all the time, that a lot of singers somehow freaking master. But this is what it actually sounds like to be at the top of your range on a mixed setting position.
Right.
Where you don't want to go into the belt.
Right.
But getting to that note requires physical effort. So you mix it with falsetto just to get to the note, but it still pushes a lot of your larynx. So you miss the natural inclination is to want to go into a full body anchoring to belt. So you're pulling that back, and that's what it's called, the mixed setting of larynx, because you're in the brink of your break in your flexibility of your range.
Would you say? What I'm gonna presume is the longer this goes, the harder that's gonna become to
Definitely,
do. It doesn't seem to be a sustainable kind of
Also,
way.
she's mixing it a lot with twang, so it's sitting really high
right.
and in a stiff larynx position.
I see.
So yeah,
Very interesting.
It's a
I don't think
cool
we've seen a
take,
good
though.
example like this.
No, this is a very human take.
Yeah, right.
of-
But I don't
of
think
what
we've
it
seen
would
an
sound like.
example like that clear
Oh yeah, I totally
in the
agree.
channel. So very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Look
doing
at
a
her-
lot though.
Yeah,
Like,
look at her larynxes, how they shift.
I like
Crazy.
it. Yeah.
She's got laser focus as well. I love that. Oh, the drummer though.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, it also looks like she's wearing liquid metal.
Literally, yeah.
It's
yeah.
so freaking dope. What
Dude,
a gown.
I love the percussion and the drumming section of this. I never would have thought in a song like this you'd see this type of arrangement.
The makeup, the freaking everything's brilliant. See, that's full belt.
Right. Whoa, what an arrangement.
Stop.
Oh, right. Easy,
Wow. Okay, let's talk about that because
Damn,
that is
that-
worth speaking about.
This girl really just fucking rose up to the occasion. I have no idea who she is. This might be what she does every
Marsha.
single time.
Wow, what a
But
song.
my God.
Okay,
Also, what an
again,
arrangement. What a difficult song. That's probably why she's so focused, because I think it's a fucking difficult ass
is
song.
an incredibly difficult piece. Like it doesn't matter. Just
Oh, that's the
talking
most
from
replayed version.
because it's brilliant. Because
Came out perfect, yeah.
The thing is, like, you're hearing the clearest belt, and obviously, from a technical perspective, when I heard her doing that mix setting, I was like, oh, in my mind, it's like this is a powerhouse,
Right.
because if this is where she wants to bring in the full body and she's holding back, just
Imagine what
imagine
she
when she
can-
does let
Right,
go.
right.
So this is a great example.
That's her
of
with
how-
one infinity stone.
basically imagine 6.
Yeah, Jesus
You know?
Christ.
So this is a fantastic freaking technical perspective of how to utilize different techniques in a vocal display, in a vocal showcase like this song. Obviously, she is so grounded. You can't see her shoes, but I'm guessing she's on high heels. But I think there must be a grounding issue, because she's always putting that one foot forward before the other ones, just to kind of like anchor the back.
Anchoring it.
Also, she's bending her knees a lot, so that naturally also aids the idea of finding grounding, finding more resonance towards the lower part of your chest. Also, to find the relaxation in the lower part of your abdominal wall. You don't want to be holding into any unnecessary tension to hear those really clear bells that you were hearing there. Also, the movement of the bells are so pinpoint accurate. There's no space for let's slide into the note or let's try to find the note in the journey. There's no way for that in this arrangement. So you have to be like a hammer to the nail, straight into the point. It's such a brilliant, freaking powerful example of excellent technique.
Yeah, now that I'm illuminated by that as well, but what you just said, it's like, this shouldn't have gone well, and it
No,
fucking
not
did.
at
That's
all.
unreal. Like, well done. That's so good.
And it's not like the great thing about this though, it's not like the beginning of the song was weak. It usually tends to be that way.
Well,
the
you would
vocal
presume
showcases in these pieces used to be, they always push for the climax. But in this song, the whole track has built up that tension.
Yeah.
And it's a great use of her technique.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the hardest arrangements they
10
probably
out
could
of
have
10.
chosen. Yeah.
So look how wide she is. There's no grabbing.
Wow. It's to me the most interesting parts of a song when it comes to a power vocalist, because fatigue, it's just human nature, right? So these are actually the moments that I find the most impressive after the big builds, after the big exertion, and after the release of pressure and stress from the beginning, because the singer knows, fuck me, there's the big moment that everyone's going to remember. What people seem to forget is this section. This section is quite forgettable because she's already done the most impressive part. To me, what seems to be most impressive is this section. Because how are you going to close out the show?
Correct. How do you carry on with fatigue?
Yeah, it's like same in sport. You can do a few reps of something really heavy. Once lactic acid starts to kick in and muscle fatigue starts to kick in,
how
good
do you
luck.
Carry on?
Yeah. So it's same with running, sports, whatever you like to use. In singing, it seems to happen as well. So.
Oh, definitely. It's such a physical song as well.
Oh, Jesus, just keeps demanding more and more.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn.
Wow,
I thought she was.
This woman is so dangerous.
You know what's crazy though? I thought she was struggling.
Yeah, I thought she was at a breaking
okay,
point.
this is
What's interesting?
There's nothing. There's no more gasoline here. What's
interesting as well is like to put into perspective. A lot of the times, like maybe this is one of her performances that's gone viral and all over Malaysia and stuff like that. But it's so funny because a lot of the time, when you see some of your favorite performances and stuff like that, we don't know what happened behind the scenes, or prior to this or stuff like that. And there's so many times where like maybe the singer. Had a tummy ache the night before, or he had like a sore throat or stuff like that. It didn't sound obviously to that extreme, and especially there. Fatigue could just be the solution to this, could just be the answer to this. But it never surprises me when I hear moments and stories in the podcast when we have artists in. It's like, oh fuck, actually that day, that viral moment. I don't know. I was injured. I blew out my LCL the night before. I don't have a knee. Or then maybe that's why she's lacking grounding, or maybe she wasn't speaking for the rest of the week because she had a cold the night, a week before. We don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Because her technical ability is so high, the fact that she does shows in certain moments, what would you call it? Not strain, but like
it's just vocal
fatigue. You would presume that something is up, but at the same time, I think the song is just fucking impossible.
I also yes.
Yeah.
This arrangement is Efra. This arrangement is like a freaking marathon. I'm not even joking. The necessity to anchor. Honestly, that
I'm
towards
like an itchy eye, man.
Oh, puppy. Sorry. I hope it is going away.
It's not your fault, mate.
Towards the ending of that singing phrase, the climax, the finale of the song, it's so big, and it was so extraneous. It's like you're pulling at the muscles. You literally are.
Yes.
The fixed larynx position, asking for more physical anchoring from you. It's one of those tracks where it has nothing to do with breath control. It has nothing to do with the larynx flexibility. It has all to do with resilience and with actual stamina. Because
endurance, right?
It is just stamina. And it has, because honestly, if this is the only song you sing, you can bang out this type of tracks. But if
and I think that's probably what happened here as well.
Naturally.
She can blow her load here.
But also, you have to take into consideration, this is not the first time in that night that she sang this full out.
Oh, hell no.
So not because of, probably this was a live show, which gives me the feels of it, or live to the take type of video. But for technical runs, they will ask you to sing this right.
Yes, sing
for,
it all.
For costume runs, you would have to sing this properly. And those are 4 or 5 takes that you have to go full out. By the time you get to perform, just taking those things into consideration, by the time you get to perform, that last time you sing that song, you are at a breaking point, vocally speaking. You're extraneous.
You're not at your prime anymore. You're not at the optimal point.
You're not fresh anymore.
Yeah.
And you've gone past the point of being warm. You know, but being warm enough to
Getting
sing
a sweat
the track.
on,
Yeah.
you know, vocally speaking.
You're exhausted. You're tired.
Yeah, you're tired. You want to
tired.
sleep.
Yeah.
And then actually you have the show. Oh, fuck.
That's right. And that's when you actually have to perform.
Same as
It's
fighters.
crazy.
Like, the funny thing about fighters is you're never looking at a fighter in all these main events and boxing events. Mainly,
time.
especially UFC, but or mixed martial arts events. Boxing is a bit different because the rehydration clauses are a bit different. Still quite fucked. But in UFC, it's so
crazy, bro.
obvious that you're watching a depleted version of your favorite fighters fighting the biggest stages against the best people in the world, who are also in their most depleted version. But I've always thought of that, and it's the same in music.
It's dangerous. Think about it when they're fresh, when they're in their ripe moment.
We've had
you
the
know?
huge privilege, obviously, to be, I don't know, again, I can't presume everyone knows their story, but since we were kids, we've had the huge privilege to perform and record albums and tour and stuff like that, and now slowly getting back into that, I think. And you get to know of other singers, how they do it, especially at the highest level, and then you have our own personal experience. But from what I always know, and behind the scenes, even now with some of our team being involved with other groups and artists and stuff like that, and it's like they're never at 100%. It's ridiculous. There's jet lag. They don't have enough voice rest. They're tired. They're injured. Psychologically, they're not there. There's always some shit going on, but physically, they're never at 100%. And then you hope that psychologically and emotionally they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's huge power to the mind, and you can kind of work
Will
hard
that
enough to
power,
will it. Yeah. But
What a performance.
when you
dude.
went to that concert, mate, and watched your favorite performer, he wasn't at 100%.